I really want to try to win MVP in my basketball league. I've played in New York's the Dynasty League for 5 seasons now in the D1, D2, and D3 divisions in a whole Skittles worth of different team colors. I won a championship at the D3 level and took home a mid-season MVP when I was averaging 17 and 15. But just left that team because, let's say, creative differences? So, started my own team. And I named the team Happy Hour because what's the happiest hour of the week? You get to play basketball with your buddies. So let's see if I can do it. Been training hard. Let's see if my body holds up. Don't hurt myself. Would also like to win the championship, so follow along. So we shot 3 for 32 from 3 in our first game as a team. I've never seen anything like it. I specifically recruited this team because we are all shooters and every single person went cold. I was 0 for 7, just kept yanking. It was a 3-2 defense. We got all the great shots, could not make anything. It was our first game and I'm the team captain, so I moved myself to point guard to try to get our offense going a little bit. I finished with a Vlade Divac stat line, 8 assists and 8 rebounds with no points. Considering my personal goal is to win MVP of the whole league, not an awesome start. I'm 0% worried though. We'll shoot better. Fortunately, we had Chris and Seamus who kept us in the game by, actually going to the rack while we were missing threes. We live or die by the long ball. But yeah, we got waxed. Gave up the end. Like I said, I'm not worried about it. Weird game, our first game together. We'll come back and put up some wins. We hit 10 threes in our game tonight. Everyone was letting them loose. It was nice to see that for a change. I have 4 of my own. Found my way back into the offense a little bit, including this ridiculous heat check from way outside. But feel pretty good. My body was hurting before the game, but managed to come out and yank. We even got one of Val's patented crossing state line step back. Look how far he gets on this thing. Bang. Chris was unbelievable again. Look at how he just takes contact on all of these plays. He can kind of go around everybody, shake. These finishes are absolutely insane. Such a good player. Got a little offensive flow going too. Finally started finding guys in the cuts. You can see a couple of passes here to find backdoors. Everyone on the team scored tonight, which you love to see. I finished with 17 points, including this little step back off a board, and 14 rebounds and 5 assists, and ow. It was honestly an accident though. He made sure I was okay. Problem is, we gave up 13 threes to one of their players. So even though we were up about 3 points going into the second half, we ended up losing the game. We're learning fast though, 0-2 to start the year, but follow along to see how we do. I had a 21 point, 17 rebound, 12 assists, triple-double in our first win. God, it was nice to feel healthy again. I was just pulling from everywhere. I ended up with 6 threes, most of them from NBA range. I was feeling good enough to even leave the gooseneck up there on this one. They started playing up on me, so we went to pick and roll game. Fortunately, Seamus is just the best finisher in the league. His hands and footwork on this one. Perfect catch, spin right to layup. The big on big pick and roll is so underrated. So few teams have 2 guys who can guard that spot. Even got a Kevin Love assist. Check this baseball pass. Caught Val in stride. Little no-looker to Chris over here on a fast break. Little rebounding evidence. Got a nice little putback here. Tapping it in. Then some one-handed boards where I don't jump at all. I even got on the ground. I really wanted to win this game. My best stat line ever in our first win. Come back tomorrow for the full team vid. I had a 15 point, 15 rebound double-double in our game last night. Tacked on a cool 5 assists, just a little texture in there, a little bit of English on that pass. I'm feeling pretty good about my game right now. I'm in decent shape, I'm playing without pain, I'm shooting the ball pretty well, and almost everything's for NBA range at this point. I really love the ball screen into a step-up 3. The quick release is going in too. Let this one fly right off that handoff. At one point I scored 10 straight, got a layup here on the fast break, threw a big old reverse off the rebound. But I only took 2 or 3 shots in the last 10 minutes of the game, was mostly facilitating, got a nice no-looker here. Still kind of figuring out my role. I think our team plays better when I'm at the wing, but we really don't have a point guard. Then again, I did pull the e-break tonight, but we blew a 10-point second half lead, so who cares about the stat line? We're 1-3 and making some changes for our next game, so follow me for more. All right, MVP chase update. So I'm leading the league in assists, which is pretty cool. I'm kind of our de facto point guard, setting up the offense, leading the floor, really trying to get everybody buckets. I want everyone scoring on this team, whether I'm on the wing and throwing inside or tossing a full court baseball pass down to Val. I'm also 4th in the league of rebounding right now. I really want to see if I can get that to 15 a game, even if I don't look that cool. Where I'm lacking is the scoring. That first game with 0 points killed my average. Take out game 1, I'd be averaging 17.5. There are a lot of great scorers in this league, so I'm going to have to pick my game up. Then we got to keep winning. Got our first one last week. 5 games left. Follow along to see if I can get to that MVP and if we can get the championship. All right, we're back, and we played the undefeated team in our men's league this week. We added a new player to the roster too. This is Steve from one of my 3-on-3 teams. True point guard, drives to the rack. Watch this floater right here. It's a big win for all of us because we are so tired of watching me lop the ball up court as a point guard. Started off the game hot. First possession here, dribble to the wing, throw it back out to Chris, who immediately drives and kicks to me, knocked down my first 3 of the game. Actually put in our first 6 points after I knocked down this heat check, but overall we struggled on offense. None of us shot very well. Like, we were trying to find our spots and really just nothing was working. I ended up knocking down 2 more threes, finished with 12 points, 14 boards, and 5 assists, including this nifty little balloon pass to Steve. We're actually up in the second half of this one. Things were looking good. Our 2-3 zone defense is really working, but eventually we gave up too many turnovers and they took it over and we couldn't get it back. With the offense not flowing, I had to take a bunch of really tough shots, a lot of last minute shot clock stuff from way too deep, and just I can't score from these spots consistently. Knocked out one more shot here, but overall, tough day. We lost the game. We've been up twice and blown it, so excited to see if we can pull it together for playoffs. We played against my old team without 3 starters, and I hurt my back. 5 hours before the game, we only had 4 players confirmed. It was one of those rec league days. I hit 2 NBA threes pretty early. One through the legs move right here, and then a kick out for one more. And that was that, because my already sore back wasn't doing well, and then I tried a spin move here and tweak the whole thing. Couldn't even spin all the way around. Then you had a double team in the post every time I touched the ball. And oof, it was bad. Still got some good passes though. This little behind the head cut to Seamus. When they went for a switch while I was on the wing, found Steve here for a little floater. But honestly, I was useless. 9.6 boards and 5 assists. Smart move, me. You're in pain from your hip to your ankle, and you try a 1-foot Dirk fadeaway off that leg. Bless Steve and Seamus though. They both played incredible. Steve was getting the lane everywhere. Dishing off to Seamus here. Seamus hit a couple of big threes. Watching Steve hit floaters like this is unreal. And I spent the rest of the game taking every dead ball to try to stretch or decompress my back. Oh, and missing almost every single shot I took. Finally got one more 3 down in garbage time, but we played terrible. They played absolutely amazing, just demolished us by 20. I'm pretty upset, man. I just cannot get my body to cooperate. Like, I'm on the couch making this audio and I can't even straighten my leg. I'm gonna see another doctor, figure out what's going on. We have one more game left in this league. I'm supposed to go to LA for another Pro 3-on-3 tournament, so follow to see if I can get healthy. Last game of the season, can we get a second win? My back was feeling okay, not great, let's say like 60%. But fortunately the team was back. We had 8 of our 9 guys. And we looked good from the start. You can see we're playing a lot more patient here. Get the ball to Seamus. Steve comes around, pulls a 3, very first possession. And Seamus had a huge night, 17 points and 12 boards. The other team knew I wanted to shoot, so I focused on a lot of facilitating today. I passed up a lot of threes and threw it right back to whoever got it to me, racked up 7 assists game high. I was proud of this shot, slick little fadeaway 3 off of a handoff. We were humming in the first half. Every player was playing well. There's a jumper from Chris, here's a behind the back from Val. You can see just everyone's doing great things. And we were up by a handful at halftime for once. I wasn't hidden, so I kept facilitating. Here's Max for a 3. Then you can see on this next play, I set up Mike, who smartly goes back door, and finds Seamus for yet another layup. Yet somehow we go down, and suddenly we're behind by 1. But we kept our composure and kept playing together. Awesome backdoor from Max and Steve, and a great finish from Chris. I finally hit another 3 right here, and then get a tip in to put us up by 1. Oh, and then Mike comes up and hits this go-ahead 3, puts us up 4. We need one more bucket to seal it, so we go to Seamus for a 1-on-1 play, and gets this super slick post move. And we won! A little momentum going to playoffs. I finished with 8, 12, and 7. Follow along and see how we do in playoffs. I really want to try to win MVP in my basketball league. Yeah, that's not happening. I didn't play that well. I had one big triple-double that got me player. I had a couple other good to okay games. But I was playing hurt, didn't do what I needed to do to get healthy, and didn't play that well. After 3 games, I was leading the league in assists, and I really wanted to keep that one. I'm down to like 4th now. The website's not loading, but I ended up averaging like 12 points, 13 boards, and I think 6 assists. So I was like top 5 in rebounds, top 4 in assists, and points was terrible. And we finished 2 and 3, which is not exactly MVP-worthy team stats. But we have a playing game now, so we can go on a run here and redeem the whole season. So keep following along, we'll see how this goes. We upset the #1 team in the playoffs. After a 2-5 season, we had to win a play-in game just to get here. And boy, we rode Steve's hot streak in this game too. He finished with 24 points with his series of signature layups and floaters and threes and just full turbo. Like, look at this second jump. You can tell by this new free throw routine how my back and leg were feeling on the day. Good news though, I actually made both my free throws. God, just watch the back pain here. A perfect post move, and I short the layup, but I was moving on D. Watch me chase around these little short players while I'm up top or in the corner right here. Thankfully, my teammates were incredible. Chris comes in and hits this really tough shot to get an AM1, then finishes this really high off the glass layup before hitting another three. Val had an awesome night for us. 19 years old, put up 24 points off the bench. He is so shifty, hit so many tough threes, 4 in the second half. This is how you know you're feeling it. Watch him come off this pick and see how high this ball bounces off the rim and goes straight in. Bless my teammates. I literally missed my first 10 threes. They told me to keep shooting. I finally made one. This is where we won the game, though, on defense and the boards. Our big guy, Seamus, is probably out for the season with a broken foot, and 4 of our guys stepped up for their season-high rebound counts. Everyone just played so hard. This great steal from Val and Steve, or this block from Chris. Up 4 with under a minute left, I even get a block here to save us from a 3. And we seal the win. I'm so proud of our guys. 2 players over 20 points. Everyone came together. We look like a totally different team. And now we are 1 round into the playoffs already. So follow us to see how the semifinals go. The playoffs are here, and our first game went into overtime. We finished the season 2-5, so we're in the play-in game, but we are not the same team we were week 1. Just look right here. This is our first possession of the game. 6 passes. Everyone's swinging, cross court. Wait till we find the open shot, and Steve hits a 3 to get us started. We were playing a really good team, though. Like, look at this step back with confidence. And we couldn't stop Sean all game. He dropped an easy 20 on us. But I came out swinging, hit my first shot on a corner 3 fast break. Followed that up with a jumping touch pass. We hit Chris an open shot. He drilled this one. Then I took my signature top of the key heat check, hit that, and got another one. Finished the half with 11 points. Even drove here. Look at me, getting inside the paint. Awkwardly and loppy, but hey, get my own putback. Which takes us to halftime. I think it's like a 4-point game. Second half became the Steve show. Like, watch this spin move. Just a casual little fadeaway, then this crossover right here. Steve's unreal. This is a 1-point game both ways, though. Chris hits a tough shot here. We get Phil a big 3 in the corner, and then Steve throws it out, and I take a deep one, which bounces in. They matched my 3 and went up, so we got one last possession, and Steve hit a huge 3 to force overtime. I basically gave him the same spiel in every huddle during the game. Stay in front of your man, keep moving on offense, and the team that plays the hardest is going to win. Trading buckets again, then Seamus gets this crossover reverse layup that's so big. Then I get into pick and roll with Chris and end up in my nightmare situation where I have to take 2 free throws. We're down 1. And of course, I clank the first one incredibly hard. Fortunately, I got the good deep bounce on the second one to keep the game tied. Last possession, we set up a pick and roll with me and Chris, who finds Steve for this amazing game-winning floater. And we got the playoff overtime win. First winning streak of the year at the right time. Now we play the number 1 seed in the playoffs next week. Follow along to see how we do. We're in the semifinals. Took down the number 1 team last week, trying to get to the chip. And I'm suddenly healthy? I can move. I have no back pain, no knee pain. I'm free. So gather the guys to talk about spaghetti ramen, one of the league staples, one of the best defensive teams there. You're going to see a lot of double team and perfect help action like right here. But we're in the game now. Get our first bucket after a couple misses to Steve out in the corner here, hits a 3. And then I catch fire. I knew I was in good shape when this first 3 goes straight through. A couple possessions later, somehow they leave me here and I just let it go, another deep one. Fire went off from the volleyball line to give us 9 straight points. Val checks into the game after having a big one last week. Gets shifty again. Floater down the middle and then sets up his step back and bang. Slight problem. They're up 12 because their defense is amazing and their offense is amazing. I fire out my 4-3 to end the first half. Another volleyball line. And then second half, I pull from super deep. You got to hear the crowd on it. But man, their defense holds up. I pass out poorly of a double team. And then Steve sees a triple team come down the lane. I square up and knock down my 6th one of the night for 18 points. Really wanted to turn this into a step back here up to behind the back, but managed to swing through and get a little layup pass for Chris. Then come the turnovers. Our offense was just not gelling at all this game. We had a lot of guards and Seamus is out for the season and just everyone, including me, throwing it away. We're down 18 and desperate, so I take on a triple team and get blocked at the rim. Then one final turnover seals it, and that's the season. I'm really proud of our guys. We turned a 2-5 season into a semifinal playoff run. I'm exhausted, so I'll do a final season recap video, but yes, we are coming back for season 2, more on that. So the season's over and the awards came out. I did not win MVP, and I didn't deserve to, not even close. Lewis was the league MVP. He's actually on the team that beat us in the semifinals. League legend, absolutely deserves it. But I'm also not on the first team list either. I was second team. And hey, that's exactly what I deserve with those stats. Playing hurt towards the end just did nothing for me. 12 points a game, nothing to write home about. I was leading the league in assists at 8 a game until about the halfway point. Then we had Steve, our team changed. I had to do different things for us, and it kind of fell off. But 5 assists per game for a big, I'm okay with that. I did average a double-double. That's not bad. So didn't accomplish my personal goal. We started the season 2-5, which wasn't great, but we made the semifinals, and I've got good news. We're running it back. The new season of the league starts on Monday. Our team's ready to go, have a couple new faces for you. I want to win MVP. I really want to try to do it, and it won't be through 20 points a game. It'll be through even stats. But more importantly, I want to try to win the league. We made semifinals. Now we have a very full roster. Everyone looks strong. I want to try to win the whole thing. So follow along. You know I'm going to post all the games. I got more cameras, so you'll see offense and defense this season. Thank you so much for watching. It's all crazy and can't wait to show you more.